Good morning, students. Students, as you all know that we are continue with our chapter number 4, agriculture. Students, last week we have discussed about major crops. Okay, last week our topic was major crops and we have discussed about major crops, and today's topic is food crops other than grains. Okay, so today we will learn about food crops other than grains. So let me start our topic. Number one, sugar cane. We are taking our sugar cane. Sugar cane, students, as you all know that it is a tropical as well as a subtropical crop. Okay, it means in tropical climate we can grow this crop, and in subtropical climate we can also grow this crop. Tropical and subtropical, in both of the climates we can grow this crop, because in our India we can find both of the climate, tropical also and subtropical also. It grows well in hot and humid climate. Okay, the requirement of this crop is hot and humid climate, and temperature is of 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. This much temperature this crop requires. And if we will discuss about annual rainfall, so it should be between 75 centimeter to 100 centimeter. Okay, rainfall requirement of rainfall for the sugarcane is 75 centimeter to 100 centimeter. Okay, irrigation is required in the regions of low rainfall. Student, sugarcane can be grown on a variety of soils. Okay, on a variety of soils, it means on different soils we can grow this crop, and needs manual labor from sowing to harvesting. Okay, and if we will discuss about labor, so this sugarcane crop requires manual labor. Okay, from sowing to harvesting, it means when we would like to sow this crop, okay, ripening time and at the harvesting time we need manual labor, because sugar, have you seen the plant of sugarcane? You can see here, this is the plant of sugarcane, and the plant of sugarcane is big in size. So this plant is big in size, so more and more machineries are not available in our India. For this sugarcane crop we don't have very high technical machineries. Okay, because after all it's a big plant, so that's why manual labor is required. India is the second largest producer of sugarcane only after Brazil. Students, you should learn this point that Brazil is on the number one in the production of sugarcane. Brazil is on number one, and after Brazil our India comes on second number. Okay, so Brazil is the largest producer of sugarcane, and our India is the second largest producer of sugarcane. Okay, it is the main source of sugar, gur. Okay, we would like to use in our kitchen, and you all have seen these things also. Sugar you have seen, gur you have seen, jaggery we can say. Okay, khandsari you have seen. Okay, and molasses, you can write down the definition of this molasses from here. Molasses is a thick brownish syrup produced in the refining of raw sugar. Okay, it means when we would like to refine our raw sugar, at that time we would like to receive this type of brownish syrup, and it is known as molasses. Okay, you can write down the definition of molasses from here. Okay, so now let me take further. Okay, it is the main source of, it means sugarcane is the raw material for sugarcane is also the raw material for gur, and for khandsari, and for molasses also. Okay, and you all know that are lots of industries and mills are working with the help of sugarcane only. Like we can take very simple, we can take the example of sugar mills. Okay, all the sugar mills are working on the behalf of the raw material, like that sugarcane. Okay, now we should discuss about the major sugarcane producing states. So major sugarcane producing states are Uttar Pradesh, or Maharashtra. In south we can see our Karnataka and Tamil Nadu also, Andhra Pradesh also, Telangana also, Okay, and Bihar, Punjab, and Haryana. So all these states are major sugarcane producing states. Okay, students. So all all this we have discussed about our sugarcane. Now on number 2 we are taking oil seeds. Oil seeds. Okay, students. Okay, students. So just learn about oil seeds. In 2015, India was the second largest producer of groundnut in the world. In 2015, our India was the second largest producer of groundnut in the world. Students, have you seen groundnut? You all have seen a groundnut. Okay, especially in winter season, we would like to eat groundnuts. So in 2015, India was on number 2, and China was on number 1. In rapeseed production, India was third largest producer in the world after Canada and China in 2015. Different oil seeds are grown, covering approximately 12% of the total cropped area. Students, just remember this point. Different oil seeds are grown. Different oil seeds are grown, and the area is approximately like that 12% of the total cropped area. Okay, main oil seeds produced in India are groundnut, mustard. Students, these are the name of the oil seeds. Oil seeds. Okay, because we take oil from groundnut also. All these are the sources of oil seed. And we would like to take oil from mustard also, from coconut also, from sesame also. Sesame, til. In the Hindi version of the sesame is til. Okay, I think you have seen in your kitchen, in mama's kitchen also. You okay? Soya also, we would like to use soya oil also, castor seeds also, cotton seeds also, and linseed also, and sunflower also. I think these some of these are the new words for you. So I'm going to tell you the meaning of these new words. Soya you all are aware about it, but castor seeds you should know about it. Students, okay, just write down castor seeds. What are castor seeds? Scientific name of castor seeds, Ricinus communis. Okay, students, scientific name of castor seeds, Ricinus communis. Okay, and it has been found in India and Africa. It has been found in India and Africa. Okay, students. So now you should learn about cotton seeds, and linseed. Okay, linseed means the seed of the flax plant. Linseed means, students, the seed of the flax plant, and this flax plant yields linseed oil. Okay, it means we take our linseed oil from flax plant. Okay, and these seeds are also known as flax seeds. The synonym of linseed is flax seeds, and in Hindi version you can say alsi. In Hindi version it is known as alsi. Okay. Now, so these are the major oil seeds in our India. Most of these are edible and used as cooking mediums. Okay, almost these are edible, and we would like to use these as cooking mediums. Okay, at the time of cooking we would like to use these different oils. However, some of these are also used as raw material in the production of soap, cosmetics, and ointments. It means some of these are being using as a raw material in the production of soap and different type of cosmetics. Like students, on the TV screen you would like to see very different type of advertisements regarding different soap, shampoo also, and cosmetics also. So at that time you will see that many times in advertisements people would like to tell us that this soap has coconut extracts. Okay, and different like that. Okay, this soap has sunflower extract. So These oil seeds have also been using at the time of making of different soap and cosmetics also. Okay, so moreover these oil seeds are working as raw material also for these soap and cosmetics. Students, you know, groundnut is a kharif crop and accounts for about half of the major oil seeds produced in the country. Okay, it means groundnut is the most of the major crop in oil seeds. Gujarat was the largest producer of groundnut, followed by Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu in 2015. Okay, it means in 2015 to 16, Gujarat was the largest producer of groundnut, and Rajasthan also, and Tamil Nadu. Linseed and mustard are rabi crops. Linseed and mustard are rabi crops. Sesame is a kharif crop in north and rabi crop in South India. Castor seed is grown both as rabi and kharif crop. The meaning of castor seeds I have told you. Scientific name of castor seeds, Ricinus communis. It has been found in India and Africa. Okay. Tea. Now we will discuss about tea. Tea cultivation is an example of plantation agriculture. Okay. In previous videos we have discussed about plantation. So tea is an example of plantation agriculture. It is also an important beverage crop. Beverage you means drinking. Okay, introduced in India initially by the British, and tea has been introduced in our India by the British only. Today most of the tea plantations are owned by Indians. The tea plant grows well in tropical and subtropical climates. Okay, in both of the climates we can grow this plant, and deep and fertile well drained soil, and the type of the soil should be deep and fertile well drained. Rich in humus, the soil should be rich in humus and organic matter. Tea bushes require warm and moist frost free climate. Okay, so the requirement of the climate is warm and moist frost free climate all through the year. Frequent showers evenly distributed over the year ensure continuous growth of tender leaves. Tea is a labor intensive industry. It requires abundant, cheap and skilled labor. Students, you should learn this point, that this tea plantation requires abundant, cheap and skilled labor. Okay, because when we would like to see any advertisement on our TV screen also, at that time we would like to see in that advertisement that ladies, they would like to keep a big size of basket on their backs, and they would like to pluck the small leaves from that tea plant. So it is very clear that this tea plantation requires abundant, cheap and skilled labor. Okay, it means enough labor this plant requires. Tea is processed within the tea garden to restore its refreshness. Major tea, so now you should discuss about major tea producing states. So major tea producing states in our India are Assam, hills of Darjeeling, okay students, and Jalgaipuri districts, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay, apart from these, Himachal Pradesh also producing tea, Uttarakhand is also producing tea, Meghalaya is also producing tea, Andhra Pradesh also, Tripura also, and these are also tea producing states in our country. In 2015, India was the second largest producer of the tea after China. It means in 2015 China was on number 1 and India was on number 2. Coffee. Indian coffee is known in the world for its good quality. Okay students, Indian coffee is known in the world for its good quality. The Arabica variety initially brought from Yemen is produced in the country. This variety is in great demand all over the world. Initially, its cultivation was introduced on the Baba Budan Hills. Okay, students, you know Baba Budan Hills. These hills are located in our southern part, in the southern part of our India, and Even today, its cultivation is confined to the Nilgiri in Karnataka, okay, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, okay. And today's we can we can say that the cultivation of coffee is mainly done in the Nilgiri hills in Karnataka, in Kerala also, and in Tamil Nadu also. So these states are major coffee producing states: Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Okay students, now our next topic is horticulture crops. At first, you should be aware about that what is horticulture. Students, you know horticulture means cultivation of fruits and vegetables. Cultivation of fruits and vegetables. When we would like to involve ourselves in the cultivation of fruits and vegetables, it is known as horticulture. In 2015, India was the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world after China. I am repeating, in 2015, India was the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world, and China was on number 1. Okay, India is a producer of tropical as well as temperate fruits also. Students, you know, India is one of the major large producers of fruits and vegetables. You know, one reason we have behind it, because India has a very large population of vegetarian people. So they people would like to eat fruits and vegetables. It means, okay, so we have the consumption also. Okay, so that's why India is the second largest producer. In 2015, India is a producer of tropical. It means in India we would like to grow our tropical fruits also, as well as temperate fruits also, like mangoes of Maharashtra. Okay, mangoes of Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, good qualities of mangoes have been grown. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. Oranges of Nagpur and Cherrapunji. And in Nagpur and in Cherrapunji, good quality of oranges have been grown. Bananas of Kerala. Okay, Kerala is famous for bananas. Mizoram, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Lychee and guava of Uttar Pradesh. Lychee and guava of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Pineapples of Meghalaya. It means in Meghalaya, good quality of pineapples have been grown. Grapes of Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, grapes the people are growing. Telangana and Maharashtra. Apples, pears, apricots and walnuts of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. It means in Jammu and Kashmir and in Himachal Pradesh, people are growing good quality of apples, pears, apricots and walnuts also, are in great demand the world over. Okay students, so this is the horticulture crop. So these are the horticulture crops of our India. Okay. Okay students, India is an important producer of pea, cauliflower, onion, cabbage, tomato, brinjal and potato. Okay, it means India is also producing these vegetables also: cauliflower, onion, cabbage, tomato, brinjal and potato. And these vegetables are also the part of our horticulture, as I have told you on the previous page. Horticulture means cultivation of fruits and vegetables. Okay students, so what we have discussed today we have discussed about food crops other than grains. Sugarcane we have discussed, oil seeds we have discussed, tea we have discussed, and coffee we have discussed, and after that horticulture in our India, horticulture crops we have also discussed. Okay students, so what you have to do, just read these two pages very carefully, this one and this one. Okay, and just write down important points in your notebook. Important points you have to write down in your notebook in the form of notes. Okay students, in my next video we will discuss about non-food crops. Okay, in my next video we will discuss about this topic, non-food crops. Okay students, thank you students, have a good day.